a video I've been planning to do for a while now. In a lot of the matchups that I've done with MonsterVerse Kaijus and Pacific Rim Kaijus, this has definitely been an issue I've been talking about. And I know if you've watched my channel for a while, you know I've complained about this in basically every video I've done, is that I do not believe the weight difference is as different as it is from MonsterVerse Kaijus to Pacific Rim Kaijus. Now, when I say what I'm going to say in this video, this does not mean that I'm not willing to have my mind changed. I might not be aware of certain examples in these movies. I definitely want people to go to the comments and tell me something if I'm wrong, let me know, or if you can prove me wrong. I would definitely have my mind open. But as far as the size goes, like just comparing King Ghidorah and the Mega Kaiju, the weight difference is over 14 times different, which, when you think about the actual height and size, King Ghidorah and the Mega Kaiju both stand around 500 feet tall. King Ghidorah is a little bit taller, 21 feet. And Godzilla, another example, is almost 100,000 tons, while the Mega Kaiju's way less than that. And Godzilla is even 100 feet shorter than the Mega Kaiju. So just those examples alone really makes me wonder and really makes me question whether or not that is true for sure. And now, I could definitely believe the Jaegers being a lot lighter. Maybe not a lot, but significantly lighter because they're made out of a different material. And I could even believe that Pacific Rim Kaijus came from a different universe. Obviously, they're a different universe than what Godzilla and King Ghidorah are as far as we know at this point. So yeah, weight is probably different, and I guess you really couldn't debate it if you just said they're from a different universe. But I have a few examples as far as something in Godzilla King of Monsters as to why there's no big difference between the weight in the MonsterVerse and Pacific Rim. But just one particular example, when Godzilla is picked up by King Ghidorah weighs over 140,000 tons, and Godzilla is close to 100,000 tons as well, and gets dropped out of the atmosphere. King Ghidorah flies Godzilla way up into the sky, almost all the way into space, drops him, falls a significant amount right into the ground, and catches on fire before hitting the ground. And in that example, Godzilla hits the ground, there's a big earthquake type feel, and there's a thing of wind that blows a lot of dirt and dust around once he hits the ground. But if Godzilla really did weigh close to 100,000 tons, then it would definitely be way more than that. And now I'm obviously going a very specific example, but we are talking about very specific things in this video. And in particular, there is a crater in Arizona, which I know is a very specific example, that the crater was estimated to be right around 100,000 tons. And when this meteor hit, it hit the ground and caused a crater about 30 meters wide and an impact crater. It was 1.1 kilometers wide and 200 meters deep. And you can just imagine something that heavy going that high in the sky, that fast, catching on fire and hitting the ground, that if Godzilla really did weigh as much as he did, then that would definitely create an absolute crater when he hit the ground. But when you see him on the ground, you don't see a crater. It really just blows dust, and humans even standing close to where Godzilla was dropped are not injured at all. They don't even fall over. And in that example, I can compare that exactly to the Gypsy Danger example in Pacific Rim. When Gypsy Danger gets picked up by Otachi, gets brought right into the atmosphere, probably the same exact spot, if not a little higher than where Godzilla was. Gypsy cuts Otachi right in two, and then falls out of the sky and catches on fire, very similar to that scene in Godzilla King of Monsters. And when Gypsy Danger falls, he lands in the stadium, and you see a bunch of dust going very similar to Godzilla King of Monsters. And then you see some cars blow down the street, which is honestly more shown in that than what is even shown in Godzilla King of Monsters. But obviously you might not see everything that happens near where Godzilla landed, because it was a faraway shot. But if you compare those two, Gypsy is apparently over 14 times smaller in weight compared to Godzilla. But if you compare both of them falling, that is just the raw size and weight that causes those effects after they land. And if you compare those, tell me that they are not exactly the same. And that if Godzilla really did weigh that much more, then wouldn't he have so much more of an effect on that landing on the ground? And I really do feel that if Godzilla really did weigh that much more, that would have been a way bigger impact, or you at least would have been able to see it. But if Gypsy, a Jaeger who's even lighter than the Kaijus, and especially according to the stats, according to the MonsterVerse ones, according to the actual stats they give, then how would Gypsy and Godzilla basically do the same exact amount of damage hitting the ground from that high up? If anything, Gypsy might have done even more, and they both caught on fire while going down to the ground. And in that example alone, I do feel that the weight difference is totally debunked, and that is a big factor in these fights, is that if they did weigh that much different, that would be a big one-up for the MonsterVerse Kaijus for sure. but I feel this example alone definitely proves that there is not a major weight difference. I still do believe that kaijus are naturally going to weigh more than the Jaegers because of their size and how they actually are built, but I definitely feel that example alone definitely debunks the weight difference for sure. But like I said in the beginning, I'm open to have my mind changed, and I'm definitely open to hear what you guys have to say, so please get into the comment section to let me know what you think of my theory, and let me know if you can prove me wrong, or if you can bring up something that I didn't see, or maybe you can, or maybe you noticed something I got wrong in this video. I'm definitely going to be looking at the comments. I'll definitely hear what you guys have to say, and depending on what you guys have to say, I might do a part 2 of this video if you can prove me wrong, or if we can continue the conversation even more. But make sure you let me know down below what you think, and let me know if I got anything wrong, or if you have a point that I missed, and whether you think the weight difference is still that big of a difference, or if you actually think it is the same. Make sure you let me know down below, and thanks for watching.